Hello everyone. So in this video I will explain you how to create UI components in React. Okay, so to create UI elements in React, what we use is same thing what is used in HTML, like how we create UI elements in HTML. React uses HTML syntax, and what we use in HTML to create HTML pages, we use HTML tags, right? Div, p tag, a tag, table, all these HTML tags, these are same uh, in React.js. So we use HTML syntax to create UI elements. So let's first talk about this. So today we will convert these list of cities into cards. So how we go about that? So let's start from here. So first we will understand how to create a small component, and then we'll talk about how to create a complete page. Okay, so everyone knows div. If you have understanding of HTML, you know how div tag works, right? So in HTML we have some HTML tags and we apply style on it. So here, as you can see, we are using a link component and a p tag, right? So I'll remove all this and I'll start with div tag. So we need to convert this to a card component. So first of all, we will create a box, right? So that is created using div component. So I'll use a div, and then I want that div to have a border. So I'll apply border. What should be the width of that border? It could be 1px solid, and color should be light gray. Okay, let's see how it looks. Okay, let's add the link here, and this p tag, whatever we had, let's for now add this, and see, we have some card kind of structure. Now what we want is two things. We want some padding here because this text is touching the line, so we want some padding, and this border should be curved, right? So we'll apply some styling. So for curve we need border radius, and padding. Okay, so now it's looking a little like a card. Now we need to beautify this content inside this, right? We need this bold and this one smaller font. So let's apply style here. Font style bold. Sorry, font width as bold. Okay, now this is looking like a title, and we need to reduce its font. Font size, suppose 10px, make it 12px. So now this is looking like a description. Okay, now one thing we want is we want to add images, logo of these states. So for that what we want is one left column, right? So this is taking up whole content. Now we need to divide this into left part and right part. Okay, so what we will do is inside this one parent div we will take two divs. Okay, 1 and 2. In this div we will add the image, and in this div we will add these two things. Okay, so this is the way to design the UI elements. Take a box and then inside that you split either horizontally or vertically, and create more divs, and then inside that div you put all the elements. So in this div what we want is we want image. Okay, so image and whatever is the state name .png and height and all. And in this div we want the link and the description. Now if you see, if I save this, it's coming like this: image, then this title, and then this description. Okay, so this div and this div stacking up vertically. Okay, and in this div these two elements are coming as vertically. What we want is these two to be available side by side, that is horizontally. So we need to change the orientation of this div. How to change that? So first of all, when we want to change the layout, we need to make it flex. So we use display flex. After that I'll add flex direction. Flex direction row. So these elements will display in one row, that is side by side, like this. So right now the image is not present, so it's showing like this, and then this component. If I make this column, so it will display all in one column. Okay, so keep it row, and you can see these two are sticking to each other. So what we will do is add some margin. Okay, let's try to add some image. Here we can see this image source is /state.links.png. so here slash means the image base folder is this public folder from this project, and state.link, so state.link, suppose we have California, so it would be california.png. so we need to add california.png in this public folder, so it will automatically display. So I have this image, let's save this in public folder as california.png. okay, now we have this. So if we refresh this page, let's see how. Okay, so this way image is coming. Now let's search for New York. Let's save this. How we are going to save is this way. neark.png. Now if I refresh this, we'll get this New York image. So this way you can store image for all the states and it will automatically display based on this path, right? So this way we can display the states in a beautiful card like structure like this. We can add more information here like rating or population or something. More data we add, more beautiful it will look. But now you got the basic idea. For now, try to work this. Later in the next video I will explain how to create complete page. Like when I go to this California state, this page is looking like this. So in the next video I will redesign this whole page. Okay, so let's revisit this. For now, in React, to create a UI component we use HTML tags. HTML tags like div, image, link, p tag, a tag and all those things. And any tag needs a style. So style like border, border radius, padding, these are all you know. And there is one display flex concept. If you need to know more detail on this, I'll create a separate video on this. What it does is it adds a capability to display this div in column or row wise fashion. So if I make it display flex and flex direction row, these two elements will display in a row, and if I make it column, it will display as column. If I add more items and make it a row, it all will display in a same row. If I remove this display flex, this will not work. So first we need to add display flex and then the direction. So for now, this simple UI element using div and some elements and styling the div. Okay, this way we are able to create this card like structure. In future videos I'll explain how to extract these UI elements into separate components in React.